If you want joy, come to Jesus. If you want peace, come to Him.
For the last 4.5 years, I'm doing a little less now, but I've done anywhere from 3 hours to 10 hours live daily. During the last year, I've been able on occasions to take Wednesday and Thursday off, but that's very recent. And as, for example, last week I was not able to do that. So I'm anywhere from 3 hours to 5-10 hours non-stop daily, except for Sunday. And I preach 2 separate live services, 2.5 hours on Sunday, plus sometimes a 3 to 5 hour festival on Sunday. I'm in the celluloid world, Los Angeles. I probably have the largest audience of actors and people in the industry, because they can't really believe that what they see is what is. To them, you act when you get in front of the cameras. I think one of the magazines locally summarized it. They said Scott's raw anger every night is refreshing, and I quote them. So you sit in front of the camera and say, here's another poor son of a bitch with all kinds of problems wrestling to survive, and they identify with it. I think that everything else they see on television creates the artificial environment in the home. The people see me wrestling with literal life and death issues for my organization and myself, surviving against the very same elements they have to survive against. Government oppression, misunderstanding, caricatured perceptual sets laid on you, and you're going through life trying to get the flack off of you. And I'm doing that in front of the cameras every night. I'd like to be let me tell you what makes me happy. Get me on a jet 8,000 miles to a city where nobody knows me. Yeah, I'd like to be able to go somewhere and just not have some life and death struggle. I am too good to be really bad and too bad to be really good. I don't enjoy being the good guy, because I'd rather do some hellish things. I can't walk by a guy kicking a dog without getting out and kicking the guy who's kicking the dog. So that gets me into things like I'm in now. I can't let a church go down. But I don't enjoy fighting. And there are lots of people who think that I look for challenges. I don't look for challenges. The challenges grip me, and I've had a lifetime of being like a surgeon called in for impossible cases. Everybody written this church off. And my dream is to go somewhere where I can lay on a beach and read books and do my thing without having to live with perceptual set. I'm still running from what I had as a preacher's kid, having to be what people think I ought to be. And yeah, I dream of that. I dream of the debt being paid on this church and taking a vote of confidence and them voting me out so I can, with clean conscience, go to Australia and get a college professor's job where nobody knows me and teach about Plato and go out back and hunt rocks. Now that probably exaggerates it, but that's what I like. I just like to get away from this mess.
Would you like to have a private house, for example?
Yeah, very much.
Would you like to have children?
I can't. Yeah, the greatest joy of my life, and I never talk about it in public. I'm so disgusted at religious organizations that show orphans to raise money. There was a time before I came here, I was supporting, through my ministry, 3 orphanages full time. I can't have kids. I'm sterile. I had the mumps when I was 19, and so I've adjusted to it all my life. I made up for it by orphan kids. You know, I picked up a sandwich dropped by one of the orphans in the orphanage that I was supporting and still do in part in Brazil. And all I did was pick up his bread, and he looked at me and said in Portuguese, you know, he's my daddy. I really love kids. Kids and dogs seem to like me, and as long as they do, I'm safe.